Today, we're going to talk about the loaded MLB slate, do some look-ahead lines in college football and the NFL, and let's cash another squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. We're beating Vandy, by the way. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Sure.
You guys want to buy this jersey? I just got it. Wore it one time down at Chapel Hill. Fucking dumb.
The only win seen in that jersey is by the Frogs.
What's going on, chat?
That's unbelievable.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Wednesday, episode 773 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you're not tracking your bets on Bookit, what are you waiting for? Start tracking your bets today over there on the best bet tracking app out there by far on the App Store or Google Play. If you still got an Android in the Big 2-5, yep, they do not discriminate. You can still download Bookit and utilize that puppy and track your bets over there every single day. It does all the work for you. That's why it's the goated bet tracking app, not like the others where you got to manually log stuff in. It's sketchy. Is it even real? Or are you even betting it? Bookit automatically syncs up with your bets and tracks every bet that you actually place in the book. Bookit. Bookit. Jacob's asking when the Survivor is going to be updated. Jacob, do me a favor and DM me. Do me a favor and DM me, Jacob, if you're having problems with the Survivor poll. If you notice something weird on the website with the Survivor poll, please let me know. I was literally on a call with our engineer yesterday for 45 minutes, making sure that we're fixing everything. If you guys had glitches, making sure we're getting it right before this weekend. And making sure that the people who only made one Survivor pick selection in week 1 and didn't make a pick in week 2 or week 3, but still are up on the leaderboard are now gone. So let me know if you're still having issues, if you're still seeing some weird stuff. Do me a favor, Jacob. Just DM me what you're seeing. Happy to take a peep at that after the show today. Okay? W's. Jovan. W squad ride last night. You're fucking him. You're fucking him.
Sometimes
you're him.
You just got to get a couple bounces. Get some luck.
You're him.
Take
yeah.
that.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Not saying you're not good. My goodness. But we had some luck last night. In that game, I guess shout out the rain delay. Maybe it helped.
Yeah.
Who fucking
Shout
knows? It certainly didn't hurt.
Yeah.
It certainly didn't hurt. Shout out the bullpens. Yeah, Jesus. What a game, too. Exciting as well. Back and forth. They made you earn it after like an hour delay. Jovan, great fucking call, dudes. I'm not going to sit up here and jinx it. I'm not going to sit up here and say we've hit 8 squad rides in a row. I certainly would not sit up here and say we're 14-6 in September. No. Not going to say any of those things. Here's what I'm going to say, Jovan. Keep moving and grooving. Keep doing what you're doing. And let's keep working our butts off to give the people winners every single day for free. Every single day for free. Okay? Only people out there doing it, tracking it, and not selling their fucking picks. Some of the only people. There's a handful of others we love, but some of the only people who are out there doing that. Fade God coming in, resubbing. Feed me the meat, he says. Feed him the meat. Arby's, we have the meats. Sure. W's. If you're not watching BT, I'm convinced you hate money. W, actually, Nate. Goots, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Don't mention it.
We don't talk about that. It's like Voldemort and Harry Potter. You don't fucking say it. You don't think it. And you just keep on moving.
Especially
Rowdy,
today,
my day's going well, man.
Of all days.
What'd you say? Especially today? Yeah.
Especially today of all days. Don't mention it.
Yep. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about, Malik. Talking about something else, my man. Thanks for the gifts in the TikTok live, though, yesterday, Malik. W Vibes. W Fade God Subby. Feed me the meat. Atta boy. Was hoping for some more subbies after a squad ride legacy cash last night, but hey, not going to sit up here and beg. We're just going to keep staying up here doing our job. Okay. Thank you, Gunnar Henderson, as well. The only guy on a Prize Pick Squares to do job. And what do you know? Immediately, Sirach says Survivor does not have week 4 up. Okay. That needs to be addressed. I'm going to go ahead and text our guy right now. And while we do that, Javon's going to recap the Sharp report from yesterday. Let's take a peep.
Sure. 5-5 overall. Could be so much better, but Nothing to bitch about too much. Shout out Squad Ride. Shout out Zebby. Shout out Gunner. Shout outs. I guess we can't even shout out Reagans because he's moved for the square. But shout out the Royals.
He did good enough. I don't know if either of you watched the Guardians game, but Scooball tried to do a long snap to the first baseman to get an out. And that's probably the reason why Guardians team total was chalked. I don't know if you saw that, Krabs, but it was pretty bad.
3 runs in that inning without the ball leaving the infield, except for when Scooball got out of it.
Appreciate the heart from Scooball, but you're not center, brother.
Yeah.
You're not Tyler.
You know, I did not see that, Goots. What I did see was Scooball drill David Fry in the fucking dome piece. Hope he's okay. And after that, he just completely fell apart. I feel like it was that. But maybe it was a long snap. Who knows? If you were watching, if you had eyes on the whole game, Goots, you know better than me. But I'm going to need to check out that clip. Prayers up. Prayers up for David Fry. I hope he's okay. And Scooball was dialed in until he plunked him in the heads. Dialed in. And that's going to throw off anybody. Guys, we talk about it all the time. Baseball is mental. Okay? I think Yogi Berra said baseball is 80% mental, 40% physical. And I like that joke because it doesn't add up to 100. Has a good sense of humor. It's very mental. And pitching is extremely mental as well. Okay? You can get thrown off very easily. If you're thrown off your rhythm, if you're thrown off your routine, which, I mean, David Fry getting plunked in the head from a 99-mile-an-hour fastball while he's trying to bunt will certainly throw anybody off their routine. That had something to do with it, for sure. And you could tell he was devastated afterwards. He was like biting his glove, like crouched down, turned around. He couldn't even look at him. He felt so bad. So, yeah, you know what? It was a shit play. I take full credit for that shit play. Should have had that baked in, right? Should have had that factored in, the David Fry 99-mile-an-hour plunk to the dome. But we move and groove. And Jovan, as long as you carried the weight and cashed that squad ride, that's all that fucking matters. That's all I care about. I slept like a baby last night, like a newborn infant. After the Marlins and Phillies did job, let's run it back and do it again tonight.
Sure.
Let's run it back and do it again tonight. Would you rather get punched in the face by Bud or Scooball 99 to the face? Bud? I thought he was talking about Bud Foster, former Hokies defensive coordinator.
Nah.
The inventor of the lunch pail.
Nah.
People forget. Yep.
Crap.
Oh, they should. They should. Dude's in the Hokie Hall of Fame.
Krabs, you need to be taken out back.
Nobody bleeds maroon and orange like this guy up here.
You got to update people in chat. They're asking about your softball game last night. Tell them what happened.
Drive to the fucking park, getting ready, cleats on, headband on, undershirt on, looking swaggy, ready to hit another nuke. Umpire doesn't show up. Other team doesn't show up. We're sitting there like a bunch of fucking idiots. Also, Hype Train moving and grooving. Appreciate you guys. W. Ciroc subby, W. Fade God subby. Appreciate you guys. Turns out we got an email that the game got canceled because of 20 minutes of rain earlier on in the day, and our guy never saw it. So pretty dumb. Pretty dumb and pretty stupid. And no games last night. Kind of pissed. Kind of pissed.
2 weeks
was ready to hit some nukes.
Of Moose.
Yeah, 2 weeks in a row, man. We're starting to get hot. We got our first win of the season 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, excuse me. And then immediately we get back-to-back rainouts. Oh, brutal. Brutal. VT making the playoffs. All they got to do is win out. Yep. Flatwoods, could not agree more, my man. Let's get the YouTube chat up and moving. YouTube chat, let me hear you scream. We got Pip, Colin Dixon. Let's make it 9 in a row today. Yes, sir. 69 Nice, Dylan Schneider, Brocky Sponge, Michael Showers, KP, Jake, Ryder. We got John in between the pipes getting involved in the YouTube as well. Okay? Dubs. Appreciate you guys. Good to see the YouTube chat up and moving. SBR might be dialed on the diamond with those futures. SBR is just a Bookit version of Frank the Tank, where he's just literally trolling his own team and rags on him every single day. And it seems like he hates their guts.
I mean,
it seems like he legitimately hates his team's guts.
It's the most successful hating on teams I've ever seen. It's unreal.
Yep. All right. The engineer just responded back to me and said he's fixing the survivor pool situation right now about how it's not showing this coming week. I apologize, guys. We're building this fucking website on our own. There's some bugs. There's some glitches. We're going to get all this shit ironed out and get it ready for you guys here soon. Okay. Krabs, thoughts on the Yanks celebrating like they won the World Series last night after clinching late to the show? Sorry if I already dressed. Unfortunately, Nasty Masty, gonna have to go no comment on that one. Gonna have to go no comment there. Although I'd love to comment, I can't, because if I do, bad things are gonna happen today. We've got the coin toss week 5 pinned in the Twitch chat. Coin toss yesterday. Early coin toss.
Yeah.
Early coin toss.
Interesting whale. I don't know if you're in there to see that from Trent.
Yeah. I did not catch that part at the end. I was actually cooking some lunch.
Yeah, you might want to go back.
Might want to go back and rewatch. Don't spoil it.
Yeah, I want to go back and rewatch. But it's something we discussed earlier, and I'm sure will come up when we talk about some look aheads.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the coin toss again towards the end and get those whales. I caught the beginning, but I'll need to watch the end of that puppy. And Gooch just told me in my ear what the play is, and I literally am having trouble keeping it together right now. I cannot believe that. Guys, go watch the fucking coin toss this afternoon.
That was technically the only whale, but not really. So it was also, I believe, Preston's narrative play.
The same exact play.
Collab.
Dead. I'm a dead man. Are you kidding me? All right. Jesus. Go watch the coin toss if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm going to watch the end of it. I missed like the last 15 minutes. I'm going to go back and rewatch that this afternoon. Excited for that. All right. Well, that ruined my day. Let's keep moving and grooving here, folks. The coin toss is pinned to the YouTube. Do me a favor. If you're watching right now on YouTube, drop a like on that puppy. It's free. It's easy. I know sometimes we forget to do it. Drop a like on the YouTube that you're watching right now. And please drop a like on the coin toss when you go back and rewatch that as well. Okay? Follow coming in from Official Zay. We appreciate you, Beast. Natitudes. We got some Natitude up and moving. I'm still seeing 1-0. Let's go Pax Picks. Pax Picks was on Twitter talking about taking the Nats today. I said first 5. Hold on. Pax Picks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. A couple more innings here left. Okay? Shout out Dalen Lyle, dude. He's actually fucking goated.
Dude, he needs to be tested. He actually needs to be tested.
Can we maybe look to trade him for Mike Trout or one of these veterans who are getting a little bit older?
Yeah, you'd want
Mike Trout, right? Could be a decent trade. Could we maybe trade him for maybe Garrett Crochet, who's a little bit older than Dalen Lyle? We could probably trade him for anybody we want.
Okay.
In the league.
You could barely trade him for Tyler Wells.
Okay. You can sign Kyle Schwarber in the offseason. Bring him out. There you go.
Peg, I'm joking. I don't want to trade him. I'm just saying, try to make a joke. We could trade him for LeBron James if we wanted to right now because he's young. He's under contract for a while, and he's goated.
We'll give you Taylor Walls.
Okay. How about no fucking deal? All right. Let's move. Let's groove. I want to hop in, talk about the Sharp Report plays for today, folks. We're going to do Sharp Report. We're going to do college football and NFL Lookahead Lines. And then we're going to do Squad Ride, obviously, as well. Let's keep moving and grooving. Let's keep the blinders on. And let's have another great day. Why not us? Why not us? Let's hop in, Gootsy. Give the people what they want. Some Sharp Report plays here. Lost coins on Skeens in his last start. That was his worst start in a while. Going right back to the well here, Jovan. Sorry, boss. I know this is a big game for your Reds. Alex Caruso already locked in the Reds as a Mega Max. So it's already a great sign for my Pirates here. And I want to fade Hunter Green, who has a 1.5 Goblin earned runs allowed square. He's been fucking nails as well pretty much this entire season. But I want to fade him against the scrappy Pirates team that's showing some heart right now. Hilarious. They've won 3 games in a row. Guys, what do the Reds do? And hopefully this is a jinx, Jovan. It's a win-win. Either I hit my bet or your Reds are a little bit closer to making the postseason here. What do the Reds do every single time in our lifetime when they're close to making the playoffs, when they're in the playoffs, when they're making a push to actually be relevant and in the postseason picture? Jovan, you want to answer it for the people, or would you like me to? You got it? No, they fold. They fold like a Dollar Tree lawn chair 9 times out of 10. They do. Maybe it's different this time around. They do have Tito as the manager, which I love. Old reliable Tito. Maybe that helps. I don't know. I feel like today's probably a scheduled loss, though. against Paul Skeens in his last start of the season. He's going to be coming in here pissed off after a shit start in his last outing. I'm sure he went back, hung out with Livy, comes back locked in tonight, facing Hunter Green on the bump. Good old-fashioned pitcher's duel, right, Jovan? Should be. And they got that weird Skeens 1.5 earned runs allowed square that's very green. Looking at that last bar, coming off his worst start, probably the second half of the season. Not the worst start of his season, but worst start in a while, for sure. Love back in aces coming off a bad start because you know they're going to lock back in. These guys are workhorses. They're fucking beasts. They're just different. They're wired differently mentally. And I'm sure this guy has not slept the same in the last 5 or 6 days. Looking to make an impact here tonight, rebound, and finish the season strong and keep that ERA hanging around at 2. Shit, maybe even get it sub 2. Wouldn't that be something? Jesus, when's the last time we've seen a starting pitcher with an ERA sub 2? Holy fuck, does not happen a lot. Not when you're pitching that many innings. That's for sure. So going with Skeens today. Love to see the Pirates open up a pick'em here. Sure, the Reds have moved to -120. Of course they have. It's the fucking Reds in the playoff push in a must-need spot. You're already seeing it on the feed, Jovan. I'm sure you're pissed about it. I'm sorry. But you're seeing a lot of must-need ML bets for the Reds today. That is the opposite of what you should be doing in this spot. If you know the Reds, if you know how this shit goes, you want to fade the team that has all the pressure and you want to back the team that has nothing to lose. And in this spot right here, it's clearly the Pirates. And I love the narrative of Skeens bouncing back here. So got to be the Pirates here to stay hot. I think they win 4 in a row, but I want to keep the bullpens out of it. Hopefully we can both win here, Jovan. That'd be something. Get a little first 5 ML action, and then the Reds come back in a legacy fashion, and you get your big-time win. Would love that. Would be ideal. But either way, I'm in love with the Pirates here early on. First 5 ML.
Yeah, I've already moved on.
Yep.
If they don't win the first 5, they ain't winning the game. So
probably not.
It's full all the way. But yeah, I've
probably not. W Jinx.
Scrolling through Twitter for 5 seconds.
Yep. Dubs. Let's keep moving to Griffin. Jovan, going right back to the well.
Back to the fish after yesterday. I mean, they didn't do anything against Sanchez. Sanchez just fucking good. Just great. And yes, real Nicky Gambles, Trent Grisham, no underslip that you have, so I'm not worried about it. But Marlins get to face, for I believe the 4th time this season, their former pitcher in Jesus Luzardo, which the starts have gotten, I think, progressively worse. The one they had a couple weeks ago was not terrible. They walked 4 times against him. They worked up his pitch count, didn't get too many runs off of it. But they've seen him a bunch of times, and I know the lineup's been different for them. But same thing kind of applies to yesterday, except I was looking back and I was like, shit, man. Christopher Sanchez is just good, but they were super aggressive on him early on, which doesn't really work if you're like a Christopher Sanchez type pitcher, because that's exactly what he wants you to do. Luzardo is kind of the opposite. Like if you're a lefty and you're super aggressive, or you need to be super aggressive against, especially like this fly ball type pitcher, which is quite the opposite from what Christopher Sanchez is. They've been even better against those type guys. Now you're seeing him for the 4th time this season. I think this has, again, one of those pitchers that when he has a bad start, like you make Jesus Luzardo go out of the stretch, and it's a big time problem. The Marlins are going to swing early on a fastball. If you look at all of their last starts, really with anybody in the lineup, they had a clear plan for not just like an entire start, but even like inning to inning. Like if you look, they're only swinging at fastballs every time they got them, or like they switched up midway through the start after you go in super off speed heavy, they're sitting on it. So like every single time he's made a start against them, they've had some sort of specific approach, and sometimes within the starts, multiple of them. And now I think this is their best lineup they're going to have put out to face him. So I think they stay hot. They've run a bunch of games in a row. A lot of the time it's been just really good pitching, which is shocking, but the offense hasn't really not shown up either. This feels like a spot where they really get after him.
Okay.
Which is why I wouldn't be going back to the same game if I didn't like it.
Oh, for sure. You think I'm doubting you right now? Give me a break. Put whatever you want up here. I'm telling it. W play. Marlins team total over 3.5. Going back to the well, folks. Going back to the well. Yeah, Richie must win all over the feed for the Reds. Not a great sign for Jovan's sleeper team.
Yeah, where are the must-win fucking Mets bets, man?
Hey, I was on the Mets last night. I cashed. Big time win for the Mets.
I know. I'm saying, why can't that be Twitter PODs, man? Jonah Tong?
Because they've been so bad that people are just fading them. They're fading them and fading them. I know you'd love to see way more Mets bets and way less Reds bets, but hey, we don't make the rules. We just follow them. Okay. Let's keep moving to grooving. Appreciate you guys for the hype train earlier, by the way. You guys are goated. Make sure you guys are subbed up in the Twitch. If you want to get rid of the ads, sub up on YouTube for free. And make sure you guys are getting involved in the chat. Okay, we appreciate all you guys. Thank you for keeping BTL alive, keeping it moving and grooving, and giving us support. And we're doing it all for you guys and doing it all for Sade Whiteman. Cannot forget it. Cannot forget it. Okay, let's go Toronto. First 5+0.5. Toronto, first 5+0.5. Big fan of Toronto today. We're seeing 20 cents of steam for Toronto. Full game ML. Great sign against Crochet. Jesus. Would make sense, I guess, if Scherzer is back in his prime 2019 form for the Nats. But Scherzer of late, bless his heart. Great guy. Hall of Famer, for sure. But he's been bad. Jovan, he's been getting mucked up. He's coming off of maybe his worst start of the season, which is saying something because he's had a couple stinkers, especially of late. If you guys go look at his stats recently, has not been good for Mr. Scherzer. And this Toronto team needs him to fucking figure it out so he can lead from the front and be, a borderline, 1B ace here for this squad if they want to do something in the postseason behind Kevin Gausman. So he has to figure it out here for Toronto, and I think he does today against the Red Sox. When the lights are bright, Scherzer's been prone to show up and not be, afraid of big-time spots and coming through for his squads. And Crochet, let's be real here, guys. Crochet, look, he has minimal postseason experience. He's pitched maybe an inning or two in his career in the postseason. The guy's been on mooshit teams for the majority of his career. And Crochet, I think, is going to be in one of those spots where the lights might be a hair too bright here, where he needs to go out there and win this game himself for his Red Sox. And that's not a great spot to be in for an arm who's not typically used to pitching in games that mean a ton. So I give the edge here to Toronto and Scherzer. And if you go look at Prize Picks gives an edge to Scherzer as well. Looking at some of his squares, they think he bounces back. And he's been terrible of late, guys. I'm telling you, go look at his fucking fantasy score chart and see how he's been pitching of late. It has not been good. They think he bounces back, which would be one thing if they're playing against the fucking Rockies. They're playing against the Red Sox right now, who've won 3 of 4, who are still making sure they're trying to solidify their wild card spot here. This game means a ton for the Red Sox. Toronto's already in, but they're still fighting for their, first place spot in the AL East. So not a ton of pressure for Toronto. They're already in the playoffs, right? But still playing for something, which is the perfect spot to be in here, where they're not going to have super tight buttholes like Boston will, where if they lose a couple games here or lose out, Jovan, they're probably out of the postseason picture. That's a team you want to fade. Toronto's already in this puppy, but they're still playing for something to try to keep the AL East title. So let me get Scherzer here to stop the bleeding for Toronto. They've lost 4 of their last 5. Boston's won 3 of their last 4. It looks like a nasty contrarian spot, and Toronto catching 20 cents of steam in this game tells me everything I need to know. But personally, I want to keep the bullpens out of this puppy and just back Scherzer, who's getting some serious respect on Prize Picks against Crochet, who I think will be a little bit shell-shocked up there on the bump, and you'll get a rare mid-start, not terrible, but a rare mid-start from Mr. Crochet, and you see Toronto keep this game close or, hey, maybe even tied through the first 5. That's more than fine, and we'll see what happens at the end of the game.
Yeah, right? I mean, simply, I wish we would have just gone with the full game, Krabs. After yesterday, the baseball gods are not going to let the Blue Jays lose this game. Okay. Like, they're simply not. I'm with you for like all the actual reasons that you laid out, but I didn't even get to talk about that because I don't know if they would have scored enough of the team total anyway, but it certainly would have been a lot closer. They got screwed on multiple occasions yesterday with some absolutely insane calls. Okay. It's like, this is just one of those games where you know what's going to happen.
Okay. We could talk when we get towards the end of the show for squad ride purposes. I'm not opposed to maybe going full game. We'll talk through it. Okay. W Subby coming in from Jacob Kern. Jacob Kern, you're goated. If nobody's told you that today, if nobody's told you that this week, I will tell you. Jacob Kern, you're him. We appreciate you, Beast. W Subby. And guys, remember, you get a free sub every month if you have Amazon Prime, which all you guys do. Give me a break. It's 2025. You all have Amazon Prime. You're all in here on Twitch. Use your free sub. And Pega, if you can be goated and drop that link that tells the people how to use that free sub and cash it in, that would be goated. As Josh Bell hits a fucking ball to the moon.
My God.
Re-sign him.
My God.
Re-sign him. Bring him back. Bring him back. He's shown enough. Great teammate, great guy, great leader, and a fucking bat. He's a bat and a half, man. They're not kidding when they talk about Josh Bell being a late season guy, second half guy. He's fucking goated, man. I can't believe all the bad things I said about that dude first couple weeks of the season. Maybe one of the biggest things I regret this MLB year was talking smack about Josh Bell. I should have known that this version of Josh Bell was coming. A professional hitter, a lunch pail guy, leads by example, and his teammates talk about him being one of the best teammates, if not the best teammate in that clubhouse. So, Josh Bell, you're fucking him.
Sure.
You're fucking him. All right? Let's move. Let's groove. W. Pega with that link. Guys, cash in your free subby over there. Please. I want to see a couple subbies come through. Cash those puppies in. Cash those puppies in. All right. Swinging around, Goots. I want to hear Jovan give that raise sell job. Oh, no.
Boots on ground. We're raising up for him to see. You can watch Tyler Wells get shelled right in front of his face. Since he's come back, he's been good, been really good. And a lot of it, shockingly, has come from, I guess not shockingly, but his changeup's been fantastic, which, first of all, a lot of the Rays hitters, especially at the top of the lineup, demolished the changeup, hit it really well. But it's also like when you look at it and how it's been effective, I don't know how it's been effective because he's got some movement on it, which is great. The metrics on that are okay, I guess, but it's not being located well in the slightest. And when you look at the top of that Rays lineup, it's not just that they hit changeups well, but they also hit the hanging ones very well. How many times have you seen Brandon Lau take a fucking hanging changeup 460 and Steinbrenner, or God forbid, anywhere else? Yandy will send it the other way if you need to. Chandler Simpson will send it wherever you fucking hit it for a sharp ground ball through the infield. Like the whole top of that lineup, even like not including Junior, has been fantastic at it. So I feel like this is the perfect spot for Tyler Wells to get drilled. After getting away with it somehow in these last couple starts where he's been fucking good and just laying off-speed meat right in the middle of the zone. So I think it's a bad matchup for him. I always think it's a really good matchup for Shane Bass, which usually I wouldn't back him. I was pretty unsure of what to do coming off of the start, but the more I looked at it, he's been altering what he's doing a little differently as of late, which if you're Shane Bass, you got to fucking try something because it's clearly hasn't been working for a majority of the season. He's super inconsistent. He's been going a little more the last couple starts, and especially the last start, he was really good. Using like his cutter as his put away pitch, which is great because he's had trouble with the same sequencing. The fastball hangs over the middle of the plate, then he goes off speed and like an obvious off speed count, can't get it to the corners, misses. But like the cutter's been a little more effective as of late. And I especially think that against this Orioles team, which we can talk about when we get to a square, who has like the third lowest zone contact rate in the entire MLB, which means when the ball's in the zone, they ain't hitting it. It's a great matchup for him, and I think his stuff is going to be on today. So I think he's able to lay that shit in the zone, and hopefully they won't hit it. It's probably the best matchup that he's going to have all season for that because he hasn't faced any of the teams that are below the Orioles so far yet. So good Shane Bass start. Tyler Wells Moose. Bullpen was saved yesterday. We move.
Okay. W Rays ML, fading Goots. Goots on ground, boots on ground tonight. See how it goes. Love the sell job.
I'm certain.
Looks like the chat is still not over that Ravens game the other night. Do you blame them?
As they should. Thank you, Goots.
Do you blame them? I don't. And we might have to bet them again this weekend. Fuck. We got Picks with Deej getting involved. Picks with Weege. Picks with Deej. Krabs at Bethpage. Big sports weekend ahead. W fellas. W Picks with Weege. You're fucking him. 39 months. Are you kidding me? A seasoned veteran like Matthew Stafford out there. He's still got it. And he's played a couple games. That's for sure. W Picks with Deej. Picks with Weege. You're him. Yeah, excited to hit Bethpage on Sunday. Should be a great look with Krabs up in New York this weekend. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, that should go well. Hoffy games got canceled, unfortunately. Speaking of Stafford, how'd that go on Sunday? Chaco, congrats on your Make-A-Wish win. The city of Philly needs wins like that. It's the little things, right? It's the little things to keep you guys alive, keep you guys moving, keep you guys happy. That city needs some wins. So I'm happy that you guys got one that way, although it was such a handout. At least, the people of Philly have something positive going on in their lives. So at least they got that going for them, right? W. Sade coming in, dropping a 5-unit whale. 5-unit whale from Sade. Death, taxes, and Sade Whiteman coming in, dropping a 5-unit sub whale. Sade. Seriously, bro. We appreciate you. We appreciate you, bro. You're him. How's it a handout when the Eagles win a close game, but when the Mandos do, it's because JD5 is him? Chaco, if you cannot tell me that game this Sunday was not a handout win for the Eagles, I don't know what to tell you.
Such a handout, man.
I don't know what to tell you. That was a Trump V-Bucks, $1,200 for free for no reason during COVID. Handout and a half.
V-Bucks.
That was the definition of a handout. Are you kidding me?
V-Bucks.
Are you kidding me? Chaco, we could debate this on other games. You could debate me, I guess, on the Chiefs-Eagles game. Although, in my opinion, that was the definition of a handout win as well from the refs. No tush-push false starts. I even saw it on my fucking TV. And those refs are right fucking there. Handout win again. We'll talk about their handout win in week 1. You could argue there, sure. Maybe that wasn't a handout win. I'd still say it was against the Cowboys, who should have won that game outright. That's 3 handout wins for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. 3 handouts. Golly. I count 3. Super Bowl last year, not a handout. That was domination. I've said that a million times. I bet on the Eagles in that game. Don't want to hear it. That was a fucking W season, and that was a legacy season and a legacy win. Okay? You're not going to hear me yapping about that. You can all agree that was an absolute destruction.
That was good.
But this year, man, I count 3 handouts. 3. Let's move. Let's groove. Swing it back around, Gucci. I got one more straight bet here for the peeps. Ugh. Nasty. How about the Angels? First 5 ML. Why am I always backing Kikuchi? I don't know. Or taking something in a Kikuchi game. Sometimes I'm fading them. Sometimes I'm backing them. But I feel like every fucking 5th day, I'm taking something in a Kikuchi start. Okay, we'll see how that plays out again today. After we just faded the Angels last night, W first 5 play on the Royals. L. Cole Reagans for giving up a fucking turkey in his last inning that cashed that more than 1.5 earned runs allowed. That was, we'll talk about a handout. That's a handout nuke.
Handout.
God, he was pitching so fucking good. He had one bad pitch. Handout nuke. After being on the Royals yesterday, guys, again, you got to have a memory like a goldfish in this game. One of the main reasons why people lose coins betting on sports is because they become loyal to these teams, right? A team makes some coins one day, the next day they're like, oh, I'll bet them again. I'll keep riding. What? That's like going to a fucking roulette table and just betting on black every single time and expecting to win. Or red. Either way, right? Doesn't mean shit. Every spin is individual upon itself, and you got to move on and leave yesterday in the past and move on to today and worry about this spot. And after cashing on the Royals' first 5 last night, today we're fading them. And we're taking the Angels, and we're fading Kolek. If Kolek doesn't pitch like shit today, it's official. Sound the alarms. Get the fucking poster made, Goots. He is officially this year's Martin Perez. I'm willing to roll the dice and see one more time if we could fade this guy. Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. Goldfish have terrible memories, Malik. Google it. Look it up. They can't remember shit. Google it. Google it. They got brains the size of little dust specks, and they got memories that don't even work. Google it. Google it. Okay? Can we talk about how bad Adley's swing looks? No, we're not going to talk about that, but I will read that chat out loud. I will read that chat out loud. We're not going to talk about that. We're not. Angels first 5 ML. Fading Kolek. Not a weirder bunch of squares for one player on Prize Picks today than Mr. Steven Kolek. It's facts. He's got a crazy earned runs allowed square that's completely red. He's got a crazy pitching out square that's completely green. His fantasy score is low as ma. And it'd be one thing if he's facing the fucking 2015 Golden State Warriors. It'd be one thing if he's facing the 2007 Red Sox. He's facing the fucking Angels today. And he's getting that disrespect with how good he's been? Come on now. Ridiculous. Something's up here, and I went in. And Kikuchi has an earned run score up there as well. Nobody thinks he's good at this point after falling apart in the second half of the season, and it's juiced to the under on the books. Give me the Angels. Keep the bullpens out of it, although they both suck. Let's just isolate and back Kikuchi and fade Kolek and take the Angels first 5. How about 3 first 5 plays from the kid today? Let's go 2-1 or better.
There you go.
Let's go 2-1 or better.
How about it?
How about it? Yeah, Big Cheesy. That'd be one thing. But he's not. He's not. He's facing the Angels, who stink. Okay? Dubs. Let's keep moving to grooving. Jovan, you got one more straight bet here for the peeps.
I do. Kind of a crazy one, but Luis Castillo gets to face the Rockies today. Luis Castillo, sneakily, he's been good. He had a little bit of like a rocky August. I think he had 2 blow-up starts, but overall, he's been like second half of the year, he's been relatively consistent, especially compared to what we were used to seeing from Luis Castillo. And his last 3 starts against the Royals, Angels, and Braves have all been great. He's given up 2 runs combined in those starts, and does 1.5 earned run square. That we'll talk about up a little later. But I'm taking the Rockies team total over 2.5, partially because I think people get so enamored with not only how bad the Rockies are, period, but like the strikeout aspect of the matchup, when realistically, like Luis Castillo is power fastball up in the zone, and then you'll do like a sinker towards the outside or like wipe the off speed. This is put away pitch. But the Rockies, as bad as they are sneakily really good at hitting fastballs up in the zone. Like Bookie Goodman, great at hitting fastballs up in the zone. Blaine Krim, who's in there, really good at hitting fastballs up in the zone. Even like Bookie Doyle is solid, like Tovar is solid. A lot of the lineup is not nearly as bad as, frankly, some of the better teams in all of baseball. I'm talking about swinging and missing at the top of the zone. So regardless of what you think about the matchup, and like, sure, Seattle was partying last night, so who knows what the hangover looks like for these guys. The matchup is like pretty intriguingly not as bad as you would think it is for the Rockies, and especially for a team total over 2.5 for a guy that has struggled with power his entire career. And he hasn't really shown it lately because he's given up like 3 home runs in the past month. So now I think you're going to see it against some of these bigger power righties, which realistically he's had a lot of problem with lefties. But again, it's a lot of these righties that don't really hit anything well at the top of the zone. The Rockies have a plethora of them. So as much as they might strike out in some of these spots, I think there's also going to be a couple big blasts, which shit, I mean, it can only be one that makes us go over 2.5.
Okay. Yeah, we're not asking for the world here. Just 3 runs in 9 innings. All right. W's. Great sell job as well. Fading Luis Castillo and fading the Mariners after they were out last night, boozing. Having a good time, as they should. As they should. People do forget baseball's 9 innings. Yep, sometimes more.
Sometimes
it's
more.
Yeah, Big Bat. Sure, W reminder. All right, I do have some unfortunate news here. You guys know I'm all about doing the right thing, being correct. If I'm wrong, I want to be held accountable. I've got some bad news here, folks. Turns out goldfish not having a memory of 3 seconds, it's a myth. It's actually a myth. I did the research. I checked the Carfax. Unfortunately, Malik, I was wrong. You were right. And I want to hold myself accountable here. Goldfish apparently can remember shit for months or even years, which to me doesn't make any sense. But I'm checking the Carfax right now. I'm checking the data. I'm doing my research. And I want to make sure that you guys are being told the right things here. Okay? I'm not up here to lie to you. I'm not up here to deceive you. I was wrong. Now, I want fucking Ted Lasso held accountable too. And by the way, that show is so fucking overrated. That show is so overrated, and people act like it's good just to be a part of the group. That show was not good, man. That show was not good. It was boring as heck.
No, it wasn't. It was a solid show.
That show is boring as heck, man. Gosh. Yeah, Ted Lasso, what a scam. What a scam. Going out telling people, think like a goldfish, have a memory like a goldfish. I've been using that slogan for the last 2 fucking years, man. God.
Ted Lasso's the first bit you heard of that?
Yeah, it is.
How, dude?
It's the first time I heard that line. I loved it so much, I put it in my own repertoire.
Dude,
yeah.
I've been hearing that line since I was in fucking diapers. That's like a...
People have been lying to your fucking face, and they've been lying to Baby Jovan, which is fucked up, if you think about it. That's fucked up, man.
Okay.
God.
Okay.
You're telling me a goldfish can retain memories for months or even years? I'd love to see a fucking video on that, breaking that down. How do they even figure that shit out? They're going in there with the tiniest microscope and tools of all time.
Dude, you cannot measure a goldfish's memory. They don't know shit.
That's news to me. Yep. That's news to me. Get that shit on Mythbusters yesterday. I'd love to know how the hell they find that out and do research on a goddamn brain the size of a speck of dust.
Yeah, what? How can they even remember for years? Those fuckers die in 2 weeks max.
I used to get a goldfish every year at my high school's fair, St. Mary's Fair, every single year. That puppy wouldn't even make it through the night half the time.
What I'm saying, dude.
I'd wake up the next day, that thing is upside down, floating around, looking like bait.
They have no memory by default because they're dead. Like, they live for days. How could they remember anything for years?
I had one there that lived for 2 years. His name was Bruce. He got huge. He must have had good genes because he lingered around. He lingered around so much, my parents got pissed at having to take care of it and feed it. They were like, when will this thing just fucking croak?
What are we doing?
Shut up, Bruce. Shut up, Bruce.
What are we doing?
Dude, so I'm holding myself accountable, man.
Bruce was the only contrarian goldfish you had. The rest of them were square, so they died off.
Bruce was him. Yep. Bruce was him. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Enough yapping about goldfish. Malik, I want to give you your flowers, man. You're right. You're right. What other show is holding themselves accountable like that? All these other shows on TV, these people yapping, making shit up on the spot, not doing research, just saying shit. Nobody's holding them correct. I'll hold myself correct. I'll hold myself accountable. And I hope that earns some respect in your guys' eyes. I was wrong about the goldfish. They're smart as hell. Let's move on. Who would have thought, Jovan? Who would have thought? Yeah, I'd like to know when Malik got his fucking degree in goldfish memories. Is that last year? Is that new? Shout out Malik. Shout out Malik. All right, let's move. Let's groove. W, if you guys want to keep talking about goldfish, feel free to in the chat. Okay? Goldfish talk is why BTL is getting subs. Okay. How about some squares for the people here? W. Nate Bieri coming in resubbing. W. Nate. Nate, you're goated, bro. You're goated, bro. All right. Fade and Garrett Crochet. Guys, I don't make the rules. I follow them, and I make coins. And after a shit day on Prize Picks yesterday, yep, 0-2. 0-2. Talk about accountability. 0-2 yesterday. We're bouncing back today with 2 winning squares. And it starts with Garrett Crochet. Fading his strikeouts against a team that literally gets off to putting the ball in play. They do. They do. Look, they might not be out here hitting nukes every game. Vladdy might not be hitting 40 nukes a season anymore. George Springer, although he's had some pop, knock on wood.
Yeah, he's been locked.
He's had some pop. We could talk about maybe his pop, but everybody else, they put the ball in play. They play small ball, guys. Whatever happened to small ball? I think that's why I've fallen in love with this Toronto team, because they put the ball in play. They're team players. And they go out there and they give themselves a shot. And against the strikeout machine, Garrett Crochet, strikeout machine, Jesus, they're going to put the ball in play. That's their only chance they have today. And in probably my favorite bet of the day in the Blue Jays today, this team doesn't have a fucking chance to win this game in the first 5, let alone the full game, if Crochet gets 7+ Ks, respectfully. So the under's juicy on the books. Minus 125 to the under on the books. Love to see that. The Demon, by the way, I don't see this a lot, but there's a Demon 6.5 square up for Crochet. And then you scroll through, you see the next square, and it's just a normal 6.5 square, more than or less than. So yeah. I don't know what's going on with that. But it's very interesting to me. All I care about is that the Demon 6.5 more than is one of the more popular squares of the day today on Prize Picks. That's all I care about. And I want to fade that and take the less than on Crochet against a team that likes to play small ball, likes to put a ball in play, and make something happen. Good things happen when you put the ball in play. You guys probably remember your coaches telling you that 100 times growing up. It's true. Look at the Toronto Blue Jays in first place right now, knock on wood. Let's see if that can last. Big game tonight for the Blue Jays. And they're going to try to muck up Crochet, who the lights might be a little bit too bright against. And they faced him quite a few times at this point of the season. So Love fading pitchers in a divisional game who's faced them and seen them a bunch of times already towards the end of the year, taking their less than fantasy score, taking their less than strikeouts, because these hitters have some data on them. They have some at-bats against them. Fade and Crochet taking his less than 6.5 strikeouts.
Fade them.
Right?
There we go.
Fade him. Stephen Kolek, you guys know the drill here. Go take a peep at some of his squares. Go take a peep. I'm telling you, you're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it, because his squares are fucking bonkers. Sound the fucking alarms. If he doesn't get mucked up today, I'm officially declaring Kolek as this year's Martin Perez, and the guy just fucking pitches lights out and great every single start. And for the foreseeable future, I will be just backing him to pitch well and taking him every time he pitches in his team. But I believe we have a chance here to fade him in this spot. And I absolutely loved seeing the Angels here open up minus 130 after they got mucked last night by the Royals. So great spot. Weird. This team is playing for nothing, the Angels. And they've lost 4 of their last 5. Why do they open up minus 130 against a Royals team that just mucked their clan last night? Well, I think it's because Kolek gets his clan mucked up there on the bump tonight. And go take a peep at his earned runs allowed square if you guys don't believe me. Come on. Yep, the earned run square, the pitching out square, the whole shebang. When I love a starter's, entire plethora of squares up on the Prize Picks board, Jovan, I love just sacking up and taking the fantasy score. And that's exactly what I'm doing today in the spot.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. I also would kind of assume, looking at this line, that the Royals are going to have some guys resting, which probably would include the guy who's caught a lot of these starts in Salvi, if I had to take a wild guess. So,
okay.
Anything like that, especially for a pitcher who's been on a fucking roll with a lot of the same guys catching him, we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, and that would put a rookie behind the dish.
Yeah.
We'll take whatever edge we can get, man.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that.
We'll take whatever edge we can get. I'm hearing his fantasy score got bumped up. Well, shit. Not going to act like that's a good thing, but
I don't think any guy, pretty much every guy that faces the Angels, because everybody takes their Ks every single time they play, they're going to get bumped up at some point.
Yeah, his Ks are another popular square after he had 8 against Seattle in that last game. Before that, he doesn't even sniff 5. He's up there with a little flame emoji because people are taking his more than strikeouts. They're certainly not taking the less than. That's for sure.
Of course, playing the Angels.
That's for sure. All right, let's move. Let's groove. I want to hear Jovan sell jobs on his 2 Prize Pick squares. Yep, Angels are showing a little bit of heart. They're not winning, but they're showing a hair of heart, and that could be all that we need here, Esto, in this game tonight. Jovan, let's hear why you like Baz and hate Castillo on the bump tonight.
Yep, shout out Baz. I kind of already touched on these, but goes talking about Shane Baz at times has got himself in trouble because he throws 2 pitches, and that's a little predictable at times. And he's added the cutter, which has started to look better and better throughout the season at times, but still a little inconsistent. But last start, he changed up the usage a little bit, had a great start, and especially like the cutter started being his put-away pitch, which we hadn't really seen all season, and that still is in the zone. But like I was talking about with the Orioles, when you put it in the zone, they still don't hit it. So like it's not like, frankly, the Rockies and I guess Angels are also very low in this aspect, but they chase a lot more than the Orioles do. A lot of the Orioles strikeouts come a higher percentage than the other two of actually in the zone stuff. So for Shane Baz, I think for strikeouts specifically, that works really well because his entire arsenal, especially when it is at times very predictable, just comes off of how well he can command his fastball and cutter, and the off speed just does what the off speed does. So if he can command his fastball well against this team, good things will happen with the strikeouts, even if you don't believe he's going to pitch too well overall in the game. And then Castillo, I already talked about. Weird square, I guess, to kind of be up. Like, you're not going to put any like lower at a demon or anything, but like he's given up 1 run and 3 starts. So like now you're facing a Rockies team where everybody would just look at this matchup and say it's fucking easy, but I really think it's a lot more nuanced than that, just like we talked about. I think he's going to give up a couple blasts in this one, which obviously would be great for 1.5 earned runs because you might only need 1, but one of those fastballs that rides up in the zone, those Rockies hitters have been sitting on that as of late and been really, really good against it. So that's where I think it's going to come from. So shout out the Rockies.
Right. Shout out the Rockies. Let's fade Luis Castillo. When's the last time we've had a 4-pitcher lineup? I mean, I'm usually bringing a couple pitcher squares, but you're bringing 2 today as well. And Jovan, I'll tell you right now, I'm kind of excited.
Yeah, it's pretty rare.
Kind of excited about that. Also excited to take a more than on a strikeout square. I have not taken a more than on a strikeout square since I locked in Tyler Glasnow's taco 2 months ago. I just looked and scrolled through Prize Picks 2 months ago on his discount and paired it with Travis Hunter less than 1.5 picks. So I am excited. I've not gotten a root for a strikeout square, Jovan, in 2 months. Let's fucking go, dude.
When's the last time I was thinking, like, you were talking about me not having any less thans on here. When's the last time you put a more than on there that is not an earned run square?
It's probably been fucking eons, dude.
It's been
eons,
dude.
Does not happen often. Maybe there was one or two squeaked in there the last couple months, but not many. Many.
Can't have been too many.
That's for sure.
What if we do a little challenge this weekend? Instead of you putting all less than's on the meat sheet, Jovan does, and you put all the more than to see who does better.
Well, Goots, that sounds like cake. Love the idea. Maybe we could do some sort of.
I think we do it on the side, just so we get real plays out there on the meat sheets. Don't compromise it for a challenge, but we also have to come up with. You have to put an all more than lineup, and I'll do an all less than lineup.
Okay. All right, we'll see who does better on it. I'm in.
Yeah, keep the integrity of the meat sheet.
Side quest. Yeah, Goots, that just gave me crippling anxiety thinking about doing that on the meat sheet. Come on. That's Goots' get back there for us taking Shane Baz more than 5.5 Ks with Goots on ground, boots on ground.
Yeah, or maybe we could collab for one and go the the head-to-head that we had, BTL versus Trent back in the day.
Yeah, why am I blanking on that?
Yeah, Trent came with a lineup. We crafted a lineup. Or I think we did 1v1v1, but same stuff applies. He's in the Galapagos. He ain't locked.
Yeah, can we get some odds up or maybe a graphic for who's taking more vacations this year, Rav or Trent?
Yeah, it was Rav like minus 1,000 for a while, but Trent's creeping up.
It was kind of like those MVP odds, and now it's a little bit of a closer battle, right?
Yeah.
Now we're seeing Trent maybe catch some late steam here.
A lot of steam, Trent's way.
A lot of steam. Nothing like a nice week-long vacation during the NFL season, huh?
It's bad. It's really bad.
The link to the Sharp Report 4-man is in the chat. Get involved. There it is. Boom. 2 words. Boom. All right. Get involved. Tail that puppy. Down to do a little side quest, Jovan. Craft up some lineups. We either got to come up with, I don't know, we each got to do 6-mans or we each got to do the same amount and see who does better. We'll recap that puppy on Monday.
We'll do a 4-man.
Yeah, I'm down for 4-mans. Okay. All right. W's. WWW. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's do some look-ahead lines talk. Is Abdul getting 7 sacks? Sade's asking. Yeah, he could. He's got a couple more matchups against some shitty O-lines this season. He's got another matchup against the Commanders, which is huge. He might get 2 sacks in that game against that Commanders O-line. So
the back half of their season, the Giants' season is really really bad for that, or really good for the square. But I mean, the last 4 games, Giants, Raiders, Vikings, Commanders, even include the Patriots, last 5. That's probably where you're going to get a chunk of those.
Okay. Yeah. Again, he's a rookie, so you expect the best from him towards the end of the season. It'd be weird if he just came out of the gates on fuego. That's what I'm trying to tell people in these TikTok spaces or these TikTok lives. They're freaking out about Gene T. They're freaking out about Hampton. Well, he might just not be that good, but they're freaking out about these rookies, right? Slow your roll. Relax. We're 3 weeks in. It'd be fucking crazy if they just shined right off the rip. So, all right, let's move. Let's groove. The Sharp Report 4-man link is in the chat, guys. W. Sade, we are here to answer all of your questions. A couple quick questions here. Banker Better said, what are your thoughts on Hunter Green? I think he gets mucked up today, if I'm being real. And then there was one other question. Thoughts on Snell tonight? You won't see me fading Snell ever again. Ever again.
Yeah, if we weren't squatted up on 2K.
We'll leave it at that. He's got a discount. Yeah, I like that more than strikeouts discount for Snelly. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. No time for fantasy questions here, folks. If you want to answer to your fantasy questions, hop in my TikTok live later today. Okay. For now, let's go through the college football slate here briefly for like 10. And we can start out with game of the weekends. We're not going to talk about Thursday night games. I guess we could because we're not having BTL Friday, but let's talk about the weekend games. Yeah, game of the weekend.
Friday games, Krabs.
Yeah, we can talk Friday games. Before we get to the Friday games, game of the weekend, VT at NC State, 10.5 point spreads.
Yes.
You're not even going to show me the beautiful picket splits on that one? Okay. Natitude. Come on, Pax Picks. Attaboy. I like the over in the Hokies game, by the way, but we're going to move on from that, and I probably won't be locking it in because I'm scared of overs.
Oh, yeah.
Scared of overs. All right. Friday night game. Oh, my God. UVA is down to 6.5. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, Jovan, we better hope their team's talented enough because they're not going to have any sort of crowd presence there at Scott Stadium. They couldn't give two shits about that football team. They don't even know the rules.
I mean, honestly, for a game like this, it's almost better if it's dead.
You don't want to scare them, right? You don't want to the pressure to be on it to be too loud and weird environment they're not used to.
Sleepy spot, dude. Sleepy spot, especially before the biggest Florida-Miami game in probably more than 10 years.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah. We're taking UVA here, though, right? Unfortunately.
Of course.
Golly. Just ruins my fucking week, but has to be done. Yep. We don't make the rules. Also, W Nats showing some serious fucking heart here at the end of the season. Love to see it. First 5 ML free. Hope somebody out there tailed. I know Pax Picks did. Okay. What other games are we looking at for Friday? If people want your TCU Arizona State take, they can go watch the coin toss.
Sure.
Is that fair?
Sure.
Good. Can we get that link pinned again when you get a second here, Pega? You're good. We appreciate you. Can you pin the coin toss link in the Twitch? You guys talked a lot about that game. You guys can go get your thoughts over there. Let's talk about Notre Dame, Arkansas. That's a game we could talk about here. Spread's down to 4.5 after Arkansas just lost to Memphis, and they're playing ranked Notre Dame, who gets, you want to talk about handouts? How about the Irish still being ranked? Handout ranking. They're 1 and 2. No team that's 1 and 2 should be ranked. I don't care if you're Notre Dame. Sorry, that's just what I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. I know their schedule's been hard, but Jovan, it's a hard matchup and game for the Irish heading down to an SEC school. They typically don't do this. Do we think it's fake sharp back in Arkansas? Or do you think we just bet the Razorbacks here after that atrocious loss to Memphis and go about our day?
Won't need the points in this one, in my opinion. Arkansas wins.
Yep.
This is
good for you putting your big boy pants on and fading the Irish
love
again.
Talking about a look ahead spot. And that's exactly what we did with Arkansas and Memphis. It was a look ahead spot for a fucking reason. So when we talk about it and the team flops in that spot, which Arkansas very clearly did, you're sure as hell going to back them in that game that you're alluding to, which is this one.
Yep. And if you guys in chat think Arkansas is moose shit, you have not watched their fucking games. Or maybe you're only watching their defense.
That offense, though, especially against that Notre Dame defense that is god-awful, is going to put so much pressure on them. Because the one thing, too, that Notre Dame hasn't really seen yet, like this year, because Marcel Reed did it for a little bit, but he wasn't super aggressive with his feet. But they haven't really seen a quarterback that's going to put a lot of pressure on them in the run game, too, which Taylor Green can do.
Oh, yeah. Taylor Green is him. If you guys haven't got eyeballs on him, you better tune into this game on Saturday at noon Eastern. He's fucking good. James Wood back. James Wood back. Fucking. People are saying maybe it's because I wore the James Wood shirt on BTL yesterday. He's hit more home runs in these last 2 games than he has pretty much the whole rest of the second half of the season. He only has 5 second-half home runs, including those 2 this season, and nobody's talking about it because the Nats suck. That's crazy. That's crazy. Finish strong, James.
Crazy.
Finish strong. 445. Let's fucking go. It might just be a square over in that Notre Dame Arkansas game as well. It scares me a hair because it makes a lot of sense, but you won't see me on that under. That's for sure.
I'll tell you what, like, as the line has continued to move towards Arkansas, the one thing I would, I guess, look for is the total to move up to back that, because all the Notre Dame backers think their defense is just that much going to be so much better against Arkansas. Total's gone up a touchdown.
Right.
So
if the total was dropping, I'd say maybe Notre Dame is the play here. Total's up 6-7 points. That's Arkansas game script all day here.
Yeah.
All day
time game script for them.
Okay. Moose coming in with a resub. Moose. Let's go, Moose. The big 4-0. 40 months Moose has been subbed up. Guys, be more like Moose. Be more like Moose. Jovan, got any Europa plays?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
Okay. That's fair.
Not in the Europa lab. Probably should have been.
That's fair. W slipping Jimmy. Nav is very underrated. Very underrated. All right.
Yeah.
USC, Illinois, Jovan. I'm a USC guy. I kind of sniffed out a little Trojans bounce back season here. Lincoln Riley coaching for his fucking life. Took their win total over. Now they're ranked. They haven't played anybody, though. Illinois coming off that bad loss. It's got to be the Fighting Illini here at home, right?
Yeah, it's a button that I'm not really running to push just because, I mean, just like we were talking about at the start of the year, like Illinois, one of the most overrated teams in football. And now everybody's starting to think that after that performance against Indiana, which was just god awful. So, like, I'm not running to back them because I really don't want to do that all year. But just like we're talking about with, I guess, Ohio State, Washington, like the same thing. I love fading the first trips east or west to a lot of these Big Ten or, I guess, ACC by extension teams. And this is the first time they're going there, of course, on the road. So it should be interesting. And it's a, 9 a.m. local kick in Champaign, or not local, but West Coast local, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m.
Yeah.
It's a tough spot.
It is. All right. Yeah, lean Illinois for sure there. TBD if I end up playing them, but after getting their absolute breaks beaten off of them, might have to lock them in.
Yes. Also, before we go to the real games, rest of them, quick mention. I cannot fathom how the Bearcats of Cincinnati are only plus 4.5 at Kansas. That's insane to me. Insane to me.
Okay.
Like, actually
criminal. Great
criminal.
sign. And if they cover, it's probably another over there in that game as well. Might be square, don't care.
Might be square, don't care. Maybe not. Because they've been playing, I mean, they played pretty slow now. But, I mean, they were, minus 13.5 Kansas was against West Virginia. I can tell you if you're, they were at home in that game too. If Cincinnati and West Virginia play, that line is not going to be 9. Absolutely not going to be 9.
P-Dub, get Sorsby up and moving.
Yeah.
Dust them off. Okay. All right. Let's move to some bigger games here. Let me go to ranked matchups. We'll talk another 5 minutes here about some college football look-ahead lines. And guys, remember, unfortunately, Friday for me is a travel day, so we'll not be able to do BTL Friday. I know. Get the booze up and moving. That's a Trent move. That's on me. We're going to do BTL Friday on Thursday tomorrow, which means tomorrow, Megalodon episode. We'll do a 2-hour episode. We'll be talking college football weekend preview, NFL weekend preview. We'll be talking prize pick squares for the weekend. We'll be talking more about the weekend plays. So do not miss out on BTL tomorrow. Do not miss out on BTL tomorrow. Okay? Get involved. Get involved. Let's talk some more matchups here. Top 25. If you want LSU Ole Miss plays, go watch the coin toss.
Sure. Ohio State, Washington.
I mean,
figure we know what we're doing there.
Huskies.
Huskies.
Got to be the Huskies. Only the second time in the modern era the number one ranked overall team in college football is less than a 10-point favorite against an unranked opponent. Has to be done. Line short. Ohio State, sure they had a big win week 1. Sure they've been perfect so far. This is a sketchy game. This is a big game for Washington. Not fully ready to say Washington's back yet, but they've certainly looked better this year than they have in recent years. They look good.
I think if any of the AP voters actually watched the games, as we have found out, a majority of them don't, they would probably be ranked.
Well, they're about to be ranked after this game when they went outright against Ohio State. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Big Cheesy going to NYC for the Ryder Cup this weekend. Very excited. Very excited. Yeah, give me Washington. Don't care if it's a popular, trendy dog. It has to be played under 10 points on the spreads. Is absurd. Is absurd. Let's go back to the well here with the Huskies, and let's keep fading the number one overall team in the country in Ohio State.
Yeah.
Okay. Auburn, Texas A&M. I mean, I love Texas A&M. I have them in my college football playoffs, but I feel like this is probably Auburn to get their lick back after Oklahoma game and that loss last week, no?
Yeah, feels that way to me. It's like the same pretty much looking game. Same line, same everything, and everybody remembers what Texas A&M just did to Notre Dame because they haven't played since. Put up 1 billion points, one on the road, and you get a repeat situation for Auburn back on the road. Feels like it.
Okay. Real quick, am I going full skin? Is Indiana winning a fucking game here? Are they going 5-0? And are they covering the 7.5 point spread? Crazy that it's up to 7.5. They're probably at least winning the game at this point. Maybe they don't cover, but certainly scares me a little bit here. Hoosiers versus Iowa. Snowman starting to look like a sharp with that future. Getting pretty concerned, Jovan. I might be going full ball.
Yep. Might be. I mean, I don't think I was too excited for this spot for you anyway, but I mean, I'll tell you what's looking at me funny looking at this game, the under. Indiana's put up 60 points against a ranked but shouldn't have been ranked Illinois team, blew through them. And last game we saw the first super, I know it slowed down in the second half, but super high scoring, super entertaining Iowa game on prime time, which since when has that ever fucking happened? And it did. It was 38-28. So now probably gets back to some defense. And if I'm Iowa, obviously they're not going to move the ball with ease against Indiana's defense, but you probably want to play a little more ball control, keep the ball out of their offense's hands.
Yeah, you'd think. All right. One more quick game for you, and then we're moving to the NFL. Bama, Georgia, game of the weekend. Kind of weird. I have not heard a ton of people talking about it. Have not heard a ton of people talking about this game. Don't really know why. Maybe it's just not on my feed. But Bama, maybe it's because Bama already has a loss. Georgia, undefeated. Georgia looks sharp. Nobody's talking about Gunnar Stockton. How about that crazy comeback win against Tennessee? Now, Georgia has not covered a game this season. Bama has come back and covered nicely against Louisiana Monroe and Wisconsin. And after Wisconsin just lost to Maryland, we know that win is pretty fraudulent there. But they've bounced back nicely. They've done their job, at least, since that loss to Florida State in week 1. Are we taking a stab here at Bama? +3, down from +4.5 against Georgia, who has yet to cover a game this season. Let's not forget what Bama did last year in this game. Let's not forget maybe the one kryptonite for Kirby and this Georgia Bulldogs team in the last 5 or so years has been Bama, who's beaten them 4 of the last 5 times they played them.
Yeah, it's like unstoppable force beats a movable object because Kirby has had his troubles against Bama, but he's also won 33 straight in Sanford Stadium. So, I mean, what's going to give here? I think it might be that home streak. I want to take Bama.
And you know what? That makes me happy as a guy who backed Bama this season and looked like a fool after the Florida State game. Shit might be chalked. They might not be making it to the playoffs. They might not be as good as I thought they were. But you've been very clear, Jovan, preseason at least, talking about how Georgia was getting their lick back against Bama when we were doing the previews. Now you're flipping a little bit here, and that's more than okay. It's okay to adapt. Yeah. It's okay to read the situation and change for the betterment of your pockets and for the viewers' pockets. It's more than okay. But it's great to hear as a Bama guy you're switching.
from what I've seen from the defense, it's not doing it for me. And everybody watched the same game against Tennessee. So like obviously you saw Joey Aguilar like slice through them like butter, but it wasn't even like the DBs. I don't think are very good one-on-one situations, which is fine. Like that'll change in game situations, but the D line got no push, which Alabama might not be out like what Tennessee has in the trenches on either side of the ball, but there was no pass rush. There's a reason why Aguilar looked so good. He was sitting back there in the pocket for eons and doing whatever he wanted. And then on the other side, like they couldn't stop the run when they got it either, I guess on defense. And then the offensive line was getting pushed back too for a lot of that first half when they were struggling for a little bit in like crucial spots, even though like Stockton was still good. It's like, I don't know, man. If there's any like spot that's, I don't know, going to give Ty Simpson a little bit of an edge and opportunity, even in like a tough situation on the road, it's probably this one. This is more of just like it's not even a Bama bet. It's like I think that Georgia defense might actually not be good.
Interesting splits here on Pickett. Looks like people agree. And Bama kind of popular. Maybe that's why that line's down from 4.5 to 3. Maybe it's not sharp movement. Maybe it's public money. Let's hope that's early smart money. Okay. And by the time we get kickoff here, I feel like this splits will be a little bit more even.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So then you'll start getting delays involved.
Yep. Jeff says tail crabs or bathe in a volcano. Jeff, give me your 3 best bets for today. I guarantee you my 3 plays do better than yours. I guarantee you my 3 plays do better than yours. Jeff, drop them. Because I want to come in here tomorrow on BTL and I want to roast your ass when you go 1-2 and I go 2-1. Please. I'll give you the rest of the show today. You got 16 minutes. Think, lab, Jeff. Let me know your 3 best bets of the day today. I'll take my 3 best bets. Pirates first 5 ML, Blue Jays first 5+0.5, and the Angels first 5 money line. And they will be better than your 3 picks. Drop them. I'll wait. Why not 3-0? Because I'm being realistic here. Let's go 2-1 or better. I say that every fucking episode. Damn near. All right? Drop those picks. I will be on the lookout, Jeff. Let me know, my man, since you're big and bad and since you're a professional here. Cannot wait to see when your show starts. Okay? All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's head to the NFL. Interesting slates. By the way, I think Terry might have a sports hernia. That's cake. And that line is slowly creeping back towards the Falcons here, who if I had to guess, are probably going to close a favorite once JD5 officially gets announced out, once Terry officially gets announced out. Commanders, it's like that meme, at what cost? The Thanos meme. They got a big-time win. They looked great last week against the Raiders, but they had a ton of injuries, man, and now they got to go on the road to play a hard-nosed Atlanta team that's 1-2. And they're going to be hungry. This is a typical hungry dog runs faster spot. Falcons have to be the play in this game. Hate to say it.
Yeah, Falcons are winning. Hate Penix. Yep. He's terrible. He's looked terrible, but mandatory backing after last week.
Yep. Dubs. OT Logan coming in, giving Jays fan for life a resub. How about OT Logan being the ultimate team player? Being the ultimate team player. And dropping a sub, not for him. He's already subbed. He's goated. For someone else. Be more like OT Logan. Nice. W's. Wow, crazy message I just got. This has to be said. I know Goots is like, move the fuck along. This has to be said. This has to be said. What am I supposed to do when I get a DM like this? I have to say it out loud. For my guy, Will Brown, DM on X, a rare positive DM here. Might have to frame this one. He says, I tried your coffee order with the peppermint mixed in the cold brew. You might be onto something with that order out of season.
Dude, it's funny you got that because I was legit planning on tomorrow going to get it.
Go get it.
A video out of it to see if you were bullshitting or not.
Go get it.
Tomorrow I'll do it.
Go get the fucking cold brew. Black, 1 pump of peppermint. If you like the syrupy stuff, if you like the flavoring, get 2. I personally just like it pretty standard and just a hint of peppermint. It's like hint of lime on those elite Tostitos chips.
Best chips. Best chips out there.
Best chips for a decade plus. Patriots dynasty level. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Guys, I'm not fucking around, man. I'm not fucking around. I don't drink that shit every day for nothing. Okay. W message there from Will Brown. W message there from Will Brown. W subby coming in from Duno. Attaboy Duno. Again, team player blessing up the chat with a sub. Let's go, Duno.
Duno.
Attaboy.
Him.
How do you even come up with that idea? Nerfy chat, I like what I like, man. I like what I like. I'm a simple man. I just like some cold brew and a little bit of peppermint. Okay? Dubs. Couple more games here. Jovan would love your take on the fraudulent Eagles versus your Bucks on the road. Please tell me you boys are doing your fucking job and get an outright win in Tampa this weekend.
I mean, I would love to say so because Todd Bowles also owns the Eagles for whatever reason, but the Eagles are playing the Bucks practice squad, so I don't really know what you want me to tell you there.
Yep. Okay. Bucks have had some luck on their side as well this season. Can't deny it.
Yeah, they've got a horseshoe up their ass. If they figure out a way with this many injuries for this game, I'd be ecstatic and shocked. But Todd Bowles, for whatever reason, maybe it's square, I don't know, but I don't know how this under doesn't hit in this game.
Yeah. Okay. Could be a sneaky under. Total's dropping a ton. 3 or 4 points. Okay. Timothy Robert Ryan, you're goated. I appreciate you getting involved, highlighting your message. All the plays for today's show are scrolling across the bottom ticker in orange. My 3 plays that are from the Sharp Report: Pirates first 5 money line, Blue Jays first 5 plus a half, Angels first 5 money line. Okay? And you can always go back and rewind and rewatch on the YouTube as well if you missed it. Okay? Dubs. Old Man Optimal coming in, resubbing as well. W Old Man Optimal. W Pega dropping the YouTube link in the chat. Xander says purple Doritos bag clears. It's certainly close, but it's no.
That's like a close number 2 for sure.
It's no hint of lime.
Hint of
ETL
lime.
on TikTok.
Hint of lime is
elite. Flatwoods, I'm trying to keep a streak going of going live on TikTok every single day. It's been about a week. I'll be live again later. Is Chase Brown cooked? No, he's not cooked. But man, I was looking. They have some tough matchups coming up.
Yeah.
Matchups coming up.
Honestly, it's probably the reason why he might not be cooked, because the further they get into the season, I mean, they lost by fucking 40. So obviously they weren't running the ball or doing anything short, but he's going to be getting a lot of dump downs come the next couple weeks.
Fucking hope so, because he's not getting rushing yards. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, their line does stink. And when they could load the box with no fucking threat of downfield passing, that's what they got to do a little bit, which I think they'll figure out over the next couple days, next couple games, because they're just getting, obviously Brian Flores blitzed a shit ton and Browning shit his pants, so they couldn't get the ball downfield and the line's bad. You're not facing the Vikings defense every week.
No, but they do have some really hard matchups coming up. Not going to lie.
Yeah.
Not going to lie. Their schedule's quell shit, but maybe that means some more catches for Chase Brown. Okay.
Probably will.
Okay. Yeah, Pega, if you drafted him at this point, you got to just hold and hope, because you can't trade low on a second round pick. You got to hold and hope.
Never.
Okay. We still got some life. Long season. We've only had 3 weeks, guys. Okay. All right. Couple more NFL games. Want to shout out here. We'll talk about Thursday Night Football tomorrow. What are some stinky lines? Are there any stinky lines out there that need to be brought up, need to be addressed? Any stinkers?
Not one that I'm running to because of what they did last week, but how the fuck is Carson Wentz minus 2.5 now in Ireland against the Steelers? That one didn't make much sense to me. Maybe a little recency bias cooked into there of what they did last week, but they were in Minnesota minus 2.5 against Jake Browning, and getting the same line, neutral field across the country, seemed crazy to me, especially off of a Steelers Devil Magic win. So that was weird. And I don't know if this one counts as weird as well, but it's really not, I guess, depending on the injuries. I don't know how I want to play it, whether it's just them straight up or team total over in the game or something, but the Jaguars offense is going to splooge on the 49ers this week.
Huh.
So I'm figuring out a way to play that. So they're +3 on the road. I haven't looked to see what the team total is, but they are going to bust this week.
Nice. Good thing I just dropped Trevor Lawrence in one of my leagues. Great.
Probably a bad week to do that. Yeah.
Great. All right. Have we heard from, where the hell did he go? Who was the guy who was talking shit about the plays? Has he dropped his 3 best bets yet? I've not seen them yet in the chat. Interesting. Jeff. Has anybody seen Jeff's best bets of the night tonight? I've been on the lookout. Haven't seen him. He probably left the stream and got scared. Yep. He probably left the stream and got scared after I called him out.
Maybe he's labbing.
Yep. Could be labbing. There's a chance, small chance. But he probably left after I called him out and stood on business. Yep. Poor Jeff. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Jovan. I think the Patriots -5.5 is fucking stinky, man. After the Panthers had a big old win. Patriots had a shit game. 1-2. Back at home. Like the Pats this season. Didn't like them last week, obviously, against the Steelers. Had a chance to win that game. They blew it. They fumbled on the 1. Do you think the Patriots bounce back here and maybe it's a good time to fade the Panthers? I mean, -5.5 is crazy in the big 2-5 back in the Pats.
It is a little crazy. I will say that one gut feels a little fake sharp to me. I'll say. They did. Like, it is off the crazy double magic loss. They fumbled a bunch of times, and Steelers had zero business winning that game. But shout out the football gods for not letting them lose that game. But I don't know, dude. I feel like we might see another good game from Bryce, even though that game was more Penix sucking and giving Bryce the opportunity to be somewhat good, / gifting them points on a dog piss throw by Penix that went back for 7. But I think they might just hang in there on the road.
All right. I don't know. Maybe they backdoor Meemaw cover, but I think the Pats at least win this game. I think it's a good survivor pick. Patriots ML.
Yeah.
That's what I would take this week.
I just wonder, when's the last time minus, I forget what it was, the last couple games last year, the Panthers won in Atlanta, I guess. I can't remember many other road wins they've had.
Yeah, I guess. I'm more of a fade the recency bias here, and Carolina's coming off a 30-0 win, and the Pats are coming off of that blown game against the Steelers, so I care more about that than last year. But
I know.
We'll see how it plays out.
I get the angle.
We'll see how it plays out.
Not arguing that too much.
5.5 is crazy. If it was 3.5, I'd get it. 5.5 is crazy for the fucking Patriots. Maybe it's just some Patriots respect lingering around from Tom and Bell. Maybe it is.
Could be.
All right. Squad ride time, folks. It's time to lock the fuck in. Jeff's not coming to save you in the chat. He's out of here. He's sprinting away from the stream. We're not getting his 3 best bets. They'd probably be losers anyway, so who gives a hoot? Let's lock in and cash the squad ride tonight. Why not us, chat? 2 words. Why not us? Dudes, run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. All right, chat. Let's lock in. Big Cheesy's buying a second home. He needs a squad ride bad. We got to deliver for Big Cheesy.
Plain and simple. Lock in for Cheesy.
Plain and simple. Drop those train emojis in the chat. Get fucking hype. Let's go. Let's cash another one of these puppies. Get them up. I want to see the YouTube chat pumping. I want to see the Twitch chat pumping. Why are we not splooging right now? Come on. Get them up. Get hype. YouTube chat, I want to hear you scream. Twitch chat, get those hands up. Come on. Drop those train emojis if you don't know what to do. Drop them. Let's go. Jovan. Let's talk Blue Jays.
Let's talk Jays.
I like the first 5. Get in, get out, and just fade. Crochet and back Scherzer. I would love to hear that from you. Why exactly you would love to go or prefer to go full game?
I mean, the first, like the outset of that game just makes it much more interesting, especially being like it means something on both sides, particularly means a lot for the Jays. So I would think if this game gets late, mind you, the bullpen usage is definitely on their side a little bit. I feel like this has got to be a game they go shell out for at the end for obvious reasons, but also after yesterday's game, this would be such a game that I just simplify and say they win it. It's your play, though. So, I mean, you take command.
Lot of Blue Jays chirps in the chat. Scherzer washed. Blue Jays ain't winning today, man. I'm going to trust my gut here and go my first 5 play.
All right.
But they're winning the game as well. They're winning the game as well. Joey, if I'm washed, then why are you in here, man? I don't get it. Like, you're the one. Who's the fool? You're the one watching. What? Makes no sense. Let's go Blue Jays first 5. Plus a half. Okay, if that puppy's tied through 5, we still win.
Yeah,
we still win.
Plus a half, so that
okay?
plays.
We still win. Jovan, you've been oozing confidence about your plays of late. What plays are speaking you to the most from your car? What 2 plays do you like the most?
Oozing. It's honestly pretty tough to pick 3. It takes a lot of confidence for me to go right hawk to it in the same game, especially the game that won the squad rides. I mean, I would say both team totals are pretty up there.
Yep. Okay. We'll put them in. Do I like betting overs? Nope. Do I trust Jovan? Yep. We're putting them in.
Yeah. It's probably got to be a little easier for you pushing that button. Maybe not as much because the Marlins are hot, but like the 2 team totals, 2 overs, or at least the Marlins and the Rockies.
Yep.
At least we're not taking fucking Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers.
Facts. It's facts. You're taking some nasty ones. You're not wrong. All right. Let's go 3 plays, 3 winners. Let's go 3 plays, 3 winners. Get involved, chat. 3 plays, 3 winners. Get involved, chat. Please. Please. All right? 3 plays, 3 winners. Get involved. Love the Blue Jays today. I know it's been the Jovan show and the squad rides of late. Good. They're fucking hitting. That's all I give a shit about. If the squad ride hits every night, I am sleeping like a baby. I'm a happy man. Do want to emphasize, very confident in the Blue Jays. Trying to find a way to emphasize that.
Yeah, don't
without
let Krabs get swept just because you want to vote for my play.
Yeah,
you
this
like
is a good fucking play.
play.
This is a good play. Don't sleep on the Blue Jays. Jovan has gotten us this far. Maybe it's time to give old Krabs a chance, huh?
Give old Krabs a shot.
Maybe it's time to give old Krabs, dust him off. Give him a shot, huh? Maybe it's time.
Dust him
Maybe
off.
it's time. We got Buster coming in, dropping a resub. Let's go, Buster. Let's go, Buster. Atta boy. Get involved. Tail the play in your nads is turning green. I don't care who the fuck gave it. Tail the play that's turning green. We got options. 3 of them. Blue Jays first 5 plus a half. Rockies team total over 2.5. And the Marlins team total over 3.5. Get those plays in. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Hurry up. Go, go, go. Yeah, how about that first 5 under in Atlanta, Washington last night that got absolutely swept under rug, Richie, that I said meat on tape was turning green. How about that play?
Swept.
How about that play? Swept. Hurry up, go, go, go. Hurry up, go, go, go. What's it going to be? Get your votes in. Blue Jays first 5. Rockies team total. It's a 2-horse race, folks. It's a 2-horse race, folks. What's it going to be? Get those votes in. Go, 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 go. Get them in, get them in, get them in, get them in, get them in.
Nah. The way we almost let Krabs have one and you snatched it from him.
You know what? All this for clicks. You are a bozo. We're here to win. We've won 8 in a row. If you're trying to tear us down, go look in a mirror. You're not getting a reaction out of me. I love this fucking play. Let's cash the Rockies team total over 3.5. 2.5, excuse me. 2.5. All we need is 3. All we need is 3. Okay? We're smacking all these plays. Doesn't fucking matter. We're smacking all 3 of these plays. Let me know if anybody saw Jeff's plays. We'd love to know. We'd love to know. Okay? Jovan, W's, Rockies team total over 2.5. Let's cash again, my man.
Let's go.
Let's cash again, my man.
Bookies.
All right. DJ Fitz, no way you're chirping in the chat, bro. DJ Fitz, you're the worst bettor I've ever seen.
Nah.
Ever.
Nah.
Ever.
Nah.
Worst. And he's out here chirping. W Squad Ride. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Megalodon episode. Get involved. Be there early. W Squad Ride. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Let's stay hot. Let's stay hot.